Okay, short day today. Hayom Katzer v'hamalacha meruba. Let us begin Davar Yafeh b'itai, connecting the Parsha to the Zman of the year. Parshas Teruma, of course, and we are in Chodesh Adar. Parshas Teruma, and we are in Chodesh Adar. So let's pull up the Mareh Mekomos. If anybody would like to receive the Mareh Mekomos to their inbox, please go to our site, rabbidg.com, hit the subscribe button, and you will get the Mareh Mekomos sent to you. Okay, so Davar Yafeh b'itai, connecting the Parsha to the Zman of the year. Here we go. Okay. I believe that reading Parshas Teruma in the month of Adar is very timely and appropriate. The Gemara says in Tainis, Amar Rav Yehuda B'rei Rav Shmuel Bar Shilas Mishmei Darav, that just like when the month of Av comes in, we diminish our joy, so too when the month of Adar comes in, we increase our joy. And the question that all the Achronim raise, the Gra raises it, the Masei Roikeach, the Ksav Sofer, is why is it contingent? Why is it dependent? What's the Kishem? Just like when the month of Av comes in, we diminish our joy, so too when the month of Adar comes in, we increase our joy. What does one thing have to do with the other? If we're supposed to be happy in Adar, we should be happy in Adar, irrespective of what our mood is in Av. Why? Somehow there's a connection between the diminishing joy in Av and the increasing joy in Adar. So, in a nutshell, and we speak about this at length in our humble Sefer on Purim, the Medrash tells us that Mordechai, upon the miracle of Purim, he minted coins. And he made himself into a melech. Now, why did Mordechai mint coins? Imagine if Reb Chaim Kanievsky were alive now, and after the war against Hamas, after we emerged victorious, imagine if Reb Chaim Kanievsky would mint coins with his picture on it. That would be quite unusual. You would not expect that. Why would Mordechai mint coins? Of what use, of what benefit would he get from kavod hamaduma, from an illusory honor? So the Beis David, Rav David Tevel, Talmud of Reb Chaim Volozhiner, explains that, and Rabbi Yonasan Eibeshit says this as well, that Mordechai wanted to establish himself as a king. Because the Rambam says there are three mitzvahs the Jewish people are commanded upon entry into Eretz Yisrael: to make a king, to destroy Amalek, and to rebuild the Beis HaMikdash. And one is dependent on the other. We need a melech to thoroughly eradicate Amalek, and thereby we'll build the Beis HaMikdash. If we're lacking in Malchus, we can't really destroy Amalek, and we can't really rebuild the Beis HaMikdash. So Mordechai establishes himself as a melech in order to set the foundation for the second Beis HaMikdash. From here we see that the Purim story and the month of Adar is predisposed to prepare the way to rebuild the Beis HaMikdash. That means the month of Adar is the month designated for Binyan HaMikdash. So you think it's coincidental that we read Parshas Teruma and Chodesh Adar? This is the month of Binyan Beis HaMikdash. The whole purpose of the story of Purim was to be able to have permission and resources to rebuild the second Beis HaMikdash. Moreover, the Malbim writes in Sefer Yechezkel that we have a tradition that the third Beis HaMikdash will be inaugurated in Adar. That in the times of the second Beis HaMikdash, they inaugurated the second Beis HaMikdash from the 3rd until the 23rd, because they had a tradition the third Beis HaMikdash will be inaugurated on the 23rd. They figured they would take the inauguration of the second Beis HaMikdash from the 3rd to the 23rd, and on the 23rd, that would be the time of the ultimate Beis HaMikdash. So again, we see that the month of Adar, not just for Bayis Sheni, but for Bayis Shlishi as well, is predisposed for Binyan HaMikdash. Therefore, it is appropriate that this week we read Parshas Teruma. Moreover, Rashi tells us how many items were donated to the Mishkan. We spoke about this on Monday. Who remembers? How many items were donated to the Mishkan on... there are a total of 15 in the Psukim, but Rashi says 13. My friend Rabbi Saul Eliezer Levi directed me to the Medrash Talpios of Rabbi Elioha HaKohen of Izmir, who says that corresponding to these 13 items, Achashverosh at his Suda ensured that the party had 13 items. Chur, karpas, uscheles, achuz b'chavlei butz, ve'argaman, aglilei chesef, amudei sheish, mitais, zahav v'chesef, aritzas bat, v'sheish, v'dar, v'seichares, v'chelim, mikelim, shainim, 13 items. Why? Achashverosh, the Medrash Tapia says, was trying to be mevatel, binyan, beis hamikdash, yud gimel, keneged yud gimel. Therefore we could add, by the way, we could add based on the Ramban and Masechta Megillah, that Achashverosh Davka used v'chelim, mikelim, shainim. Now by the way, al pi remez, one of the reasons why we read that with the Eicha Trop is because even today, people are going to a Beis HaMikdash, and instead of just bringing in talis and tefillin, they also carry in with them v'chelim, mikelim, shainim. They bring in their phones because they want to experience what real Churban Beis HaMikdash is like. But the thing is, we already have enough Churban. We want the Binyan Beis HaMikdash. So we don't want anyone to contribute toward Churban Beis HaMikdash. But when you bring in the phone, just the following tune should ring in your ear. V'chelim, mikelim, shainim. Anyway, the Ramban says that Achashverosh used the Klei HaMikdash at his Suda. So again, we see Achashverosh is trying to be mevatel the Kalim of the Beis HaMikdash. So therefore, this Zman of the year, we read about Binyan HaMishkan and the 13 items and the Binyan of the Kalim in order to counteract the attempt of Achashverosh. Furthermore, it's interesting, there are many Ramazim to Purim that are brought in the Sefer Imrei Noyam of Jacob, of Meir Harwitz. My friend Rabbi Raphael Ansel of France sent to me. Here are a few examples. Some of them are quite complex. He says the shekel is called Bekel HaGolgoles, and the word machatzis is Mordechai times twice, and Teruma is Mar Dirar, and other very complex numerical values. Actually, the words v'yikchu li teruma is gematria Achashverosh. Furthermore, we know that in the times of Purim, Hadar kibluha b'mei Achashverosh b'ratzain. We accepted the Torah b'ratzain in the times of Achashverosh, and there's nothing that's not Ramaz in the Torah. The word Teruma is Torah Mem, the Baal HaTurim says. Torah that was given in 40 days. Asher Yidvenu Libai Tikchu Es Teruma Si. Yidvenu Libai is Torah Mem Beratzain. That the Torah that was given, and it was Kavalim Har Kegigas, now Torah Mem, the Torah that was given in 40 days, is now Yidvenu Libai, is now accepted Beratzain. Now we know there are 4 individuals who brought Amalek down: Moshe, Yehoshua, Shmuel, Mordechai. Rashi Tevois Shamayim. Shmuel, Mordechai, Yehoshua, Moshe. When you combine Li to Shmi, if you combine Li, Shemi, Rashi says we call Li, Shemi, you get Shamayim. That's a remez to the 4 individuals who brought about the downfall of Haman. Shmuel and Mordechai is gematria Teruma. And the reason why it's alluded to by the word Teruma, which Rashi says represents the Shkalim, is because the downfall of Haman came about through the Shkalim. So here we are, it's Parshas Teruma, Zayin Adar, only a week before Purim Katan, and all of this is alluded to in Parshas Teruma.